Hi, everyone. Welcome to The Doctor is In. I'm Dr. Freddie Gomez. Thank you for joining us. Marami pong salamat sa inyong lahat. We hope that you're staying at home, safe and sound, and we can help answer some of your medical questions specific to COVID-19. We will answer them for you in this telemedicine program. So today it's all about food and nutrition during these challenging times. We are joined today by Miss Fia Batua, who is a licensed nutritionist and dietitian, as well as a culinary chef. Thank you for joining us, Fia. It's nice to have you.
Yes, thank you, Dr. Frederick. Hello.
Yes, Fia, what's the best advice you can give viewers when it comes to our diet, lalo na sa panahon ngayon na merong pandemic?
Can you repeat the question again? Sorry, pero
Yes, of course. What is the best advice you can give our viewers when it comes to pandemic?
yes. Okay, can you hear me, Doc?
Yes, we can hear you. We can hear you, Fia.
Okay. Yeah, I got your question. What's the best advice ngayong coronavirus pandemic? Yes. So actually, when we say diet,
Yes,
kasi
what is the
is
best diet? What is the best diet to have?
yes, the best diet kasi is it should be a well balanced diet. Isa lang naman kasi yung madalas na sinasabi naming mga nutrition experts is it should be a proper diet, it should be well balanced, well planned, and it's diet is actually in an habitual nourishment of the body. So kahit anong gawin natin sa food is actually a diet. So mapa fast food pa yan, no carbs, high protein, it's all diet. But it will only falls down on what kind of diet you're taking in. So the best advice that I can give you is you have to enjoy food. Don't forget to enjoy food, especially now ang daming gustong mag-try ng different recipes at home. So please enjoy food, but don't let food enjoy you. Meaning, don't overuse or don't over consume food intake, avoid overeating, and um, abusive use of food. Yun lang naman dapat yung iniiwasan natin. But other than that, there's no such thing as bad food naman.
Okay, and as we all are trying to make the most out of the food available to us and enjoying it, it's also important, as
Yes.
aside from eating healthy, but to stay hydrated, especially ngayon sa init ng panahon. So
Yes.
I think people can add a slice of lemon, calamansi, cucumbers, or even mint leaves to their glasses of
Mm-hmm.
water. I think it not only gives a refreshing feel to their drink, but can also replenish some of those lost electrolytes as well. Anyway, we'll talk about
Yes.
our food choices. We also mentioned about food choices kanina, Chef Fia, no? But for most
Mm-hmm.
of you watching us live on Facebook, we want to hear from you. So tell us, what are some of your dietary challenges? So let's go back to our guest, Chef Fia. As we know, one of the challenges is about what is available out there. But given what's abundant and available, ano ba dapat sa chef ang mga food choices natin? What should we take into account when choosing the food that we buy or get?
Mm-mm. Di ba kanina na-mention ko, it should be a macro balanced diet. And according to our government naman and from our supply, there's actually no problem when it comes to our supply from our local markets and our like palengke. Actually, we just need to make sure na strategize and well planned yung pagpunta natin sa mga local market. Widely available and abundant pa rin yung supply natin ng mga lean cut meats like chicken and poultry, red meat, fruits and vegetables, abundant pa rin yung supply natin. So, if you really want to make good choices, I just suggest na at least you have the three macros, the carbohydrates, quality carbohydrates, protein, and fats. And at the same time, your sources of fibers, especially your vegetables and fruits. So, ito yung dito magfo-falls down eh. But, yun nga, dahil nga, um, social dahil sa quarantine, we have to make sure na limited yung paglabas. Pero hindi naman tayo pinagbabawalan ng gobyerno na maka-access pa rin sa mga sources of food natin. So, I really suggest go for fresh whole foods pa rin.
Okay, so we have to be strategic, and at the same time, we have to take advantage of food products that are available. I want to read some
Mhm.
viewers' questions and comments at this point. We have a first question from Maricel Mendoza. Ang tanong niya
Mhm.
I cannot eat healthy meals like vegetables since naka-lockdown ngayon and hindi kami makabili. Sufficient po ba yung mga food supplements to maintain a good weight?
Mm. This food supplements, maybe this question is referring to those supplements that in liquid form, food supplements to maintain good weight, yung ma-achieve natin yung mga calorie needs natin. Well, in a way, yes, it can help ma-reach natin yung recommended calorie intake. But again, from the word itself, it's a food supplement. And for me right now, during this situation with coronavirus, COVID-19, um, dahil meron pa rin naman talaga tayong access, it's just about, yun nga, nabanggit ko sa'yo, Doc, is yung, you have to really strategize and plan your um, visit to the local markets. At least once a week, nakakalabas naman tayo. One household, one from your household, nakakalabas naman, pinapayagan ng government. So, just plan your visit to the market, and then if talagang kasi for me kapag nag-food supplement na tayo, it's like an emergency approach na eh. Kapag kunwari it's either you're a patient na bedridden or talagang mababa or hindi maganda yung appetite mo or talagang katulad ng mga kababayan natin or na kapwa Pilipino natin na hindi talaga or kulang talaga yung nare-receive nilang food dahil nga minsan yung iba walang trabaho, hindi nare-reach yung ating mga calorie needs or nutrient needs. Yes, in a way nakakatulong 'tong mga food supplements. But in a general population, hindi ko siya ina-advise na gawin on a daily basis. Kasi ngayon pa rin naman is nakaka-access pa rin naman tayo sa mga sources of food natin. So I just yun nga, it will just fall down sa proper way of menu planning and pag-strategize.
And we have a next question from Edwin Tiha. He asked, ano po ang mga pagkain ang nakakatulong mag-release ng happy hormones para at least makabawas ng stress?
Yeah. Oo, 'di ba kasi parang very overwhelming at saka nakaka-saturate na yung mga news regarding COVID, and kahit sabihin natin you're staying at home, it actually gives you stress din eh. Very overwhelming yung news. So it's a good thing na itanong tong paano mag-release ng happy hormones. So as long as you're eating healthy, you eat a balanced meal, a proper diet rich in vegetables and fruits, you're actually promoting the release of good hormones, and at the same time kasama sa stress kasi is inflammatory eh. So kapag you're eating a healthy balanced diet, napropromote mo yung pagbaba ng mga inflammation. Isa sa mga food na talagang nire-recommend ko is yung eating of vegetables and fruit, especially green leafy vegetables, kahit yung mga kangkong natin, malunggay, they're very good source of antioxidants that boost the hormones, even yung good mood natin. And pagdating naman sa fruits, we also have berries, which is a very good source of flavonoids and antioxidants that again boost the good hormones, the happy hormones. So we have like dopamine, oxytocin, endorphins, serotonin, and then also the food, right amount of intake ng healthy fats. So we have nuts, almonds, even yung mga peanuts natin, mga local peanuts natin, it can actually help boost yung mga happy hormones natin. It's good for the brain.
We'll pause for a quick break, but when the doctor is in returns, we'll share some tips on food and nutrition during quarantine. You're watching The Doctor is In. We'll be right back. Welcome back to The Doctor's In. I'm Dr. Freddie Gomez. We want to make the most out of your telemedicine appointment today. So send us your questions and we'll do our best to answer them. So thank you very much for joining us. The goal during this time of quarantine and social distancing is to try. But we know it is not easy. It's not easy at all. Lagi na pag-uusapan ng marami, it's either you're overeating or you're not eating enough. Earlier we talked about making good choices, and it's hard, of course, considering the current circumstances that we are in. What should we cut back on? Ano ang mga pagkain na dapat iwasan? So yun ang tanong natin ngayon kay Fia. Kain ang ngayon.
Yes. Hi, Doc Freddy. So ano ba yung mga dapat nating
Hi.
iwasan?
Hi.
Hi. Yes. So ano yung mga dapat nating iwasan during this pandemic situation? Actually, there's no such thing as bad food. Kanina binanggit ko na yun. There's no bad food. As a nutritionist-dietitian, hindi talaga dapat super strict when it comes to food. Again, you have to enjoy food, but you just have to make sure na aware ka sa kung anong kinakain mo. Don't let food enjoy you or don't abuse food. There's no such thing as bad food. Only bad habits, overconsumption or overeating. Ito yung excessive calorie intake. Right now kasi during this situation that we have, hindi mo naman pwedeng maging very restrictive eh. Kasi again, iniiwasan natin yung very stressful environment. We want to make sure na happy hormones pa rin yung uh, good vibes pa rin yung lumalabas at nakikita sa atin. And part ng self-care is you have to enjoy food. And wala ka naman talagang dapat iwasan. You can try different cuisines, different recipes. It's a matter of portioning lang talaga kung gaano kadami ba yung tinitake mo. Baka naman kasi nagpo-fall ka na sa bulk eating. Baka naman kasi yung breakfast, lunch, dinner mo is very bulk. Tapos pagdating sa snacks, which is ang daming viral recipes dyan in the social media na talagang usong-uso, that is very high in calorie, take note, na hindi napapansin ng nakakarami. So yun lang yung iiwasan natin, yung overconsumption. But again, enjoy food lang po.
But a nice treat now and again is okay, I'm sure, especially during this very difficult time. I think a lot of us deserve that for sure.
Yes.
Now, what are some healthy options that we can turn to when we crave something sweet?
Mm. Yes. So having a sweet tooth is okay and it's normal. But I suggest you go for the natural sweeteners. We have fruits. I know fruits has sugars pa rin, but the good thing about it is it's natural and it it is still packed with vitamins and minerals and fiber also. And if you want to really avoid sugar, the use of stevia cocoa sugar is widely available in the market. And actually sugar, we have what do you call this? We have an allowance of 5 teaspoons per day, but this 5 teaspoons should be properly distributed throughout the day. At saka hindi ko naman sinasabi na sugar talaga bibilangin mo 5 teaspoons. But in a way na pag naisip mo na you already had a like instant coffee in the morning, isipin mo may sugar na yon. And then at the end of the day, after dinner, you had like a bite of chocolate, sugar na yon. So, okay lang na mag-give in tayo ng onte sa mga cravings, but yun nga, practice portioning, proper portioning, and then mas prefer ko talaga at mas nire-recommend ko is we go to the natural, which is fruits.
At this time, let's read some questions from our netizens on Facebook. May tanong galing kay Kevin Tabios. Ano po ang signs ng overeating?
Ang signs ng overeating kasi is when we notice na talaga nagbi-binge eating na tayo. At the same time, yung frequent food intake, kasi sa diet kasi we recommend small frequent feeding. Pero kapag nangyayari sa'yo is frequent feeding pero in bulk, like breakfast, lunch, dinner, you eat like a king, pagdating ng snacks mo, dahil may very popular recipe dyan na snacks like tuna pie, hindi natin napapansin, very high in calories, very high in carbohydrates and fat combination. So, in bulk na siya eh. So, yun yung hindi na maganda. Overeating na rin yun. At the same time, if you are feeling guilty of overeating, sign na yun. Kapag nakakaramdam ka na parang nagigilty ka talaga, it's already a sign. And if you don't pay attention on your food plate, on your portion, already a sign of overeating. Yung parang wala ka ng pakialam kung anong nakalagay sa plato mo. At the same time, sobrang bilis mong kumain. We recommend at least 15 minutes of eating kasi talaga. You have to take time consuming food. Pero kapag less than 15 minutes, like 10 minutes, tapos na yung lunch mo, hindi mo binigyan ng time yung digestion process na mag-fill in after a few minutes, minsan hindi mo napapansin, napapadami, masyadong mabilis, very rapid. At the same time, yung nagko-continue ka pa rin even though you feel satisfied already. So, those are signs of overeating.
Okay, before we pause for a break, do you have a message for our viewers, Fia?
Um, well, I'm not that strict. Hindi ako sobrang strict na nutritionist-dietitian. Lagi ko lang sinasabi is you have to really just enjoy food. There's no such thing as bad food.
Okay, with that, thank you very much, Fia. And I guess the message that we can get from that is a healthy lifestyle is key during this time. So let's pause for a quick break, and you're watching The Doctor is In. We'll be right back. Welcome back to The Doctor is In. We still have a few minutes left to answer your medical questions while you're staying safe at home. Today, we are talking about food and nutrition and just overall how to stay healthy during this time of the coronavirus. Earlier, we were talking about making sure we are eating well, sleeping well, and overall just living well. And exercise is a huge part of all of this. Joining us today is Mr. Edsel Segovia, who is a certified strength and conditioning coach. Welcome to the program, Coach Edsel.
Hi, good afternoon, Dr. Freddie. It's nice to be here with you guys and share with you a little bit of my knowledge.
Yes, what are the most effective exercises that people can do during these times of quarantine?
At this time of quarantine, since we can't really go anywhere, may tinatawag tayo na activities of daily living. Like for example, nasa bahay ka lang, maglilinis ka, magwawalis ka. Yun yung mga walang structure na pwede natin gawin para maging active tayo. At the same time, yung mga mas structured na exercises, pwede naman tayong gumawa ng mga basic like push-ups, squats lang, exercises, much easier.
Okay, siya yung nawala or ako?
Hello?
Okay,
Yes.
I think we lost you there, Coach Edsel. Ano? Are you still there? Okay. Yeah, so
What's that?
so just to recap, so times of quarantine, limited space, limited to move. So some of the exercise should be modified as well because of these circumstances.
Okay.
Okay, Coach, let's at this time let's take a look at some of the questions from our netizens. We have a question here from Marie Chris Orenza, and she's asking, they say exercise makes you happy. May scientific explanation po ba ito?
Exercises that make you happy? Yes. Kasi ganito yan eh.
Yes.
Pagka
The question
gumagalaw
is,
ka,
they say exercise makes you happy.
Yes. Meron siyang
Okay, I
scientific.
apologize for the technical difficulties there.
Yes, Dr. Ferry. Meron scientific explanation yan.
Okay, well, we tried to get Coach. Okay,
So, pagka
okay, well, we tried
nag-exercise
to get
tayo,
Coach Edsel back. Okay, what's our audio situation here and try to get Coach Edsel back. The question was about exercise making you happy, and is if there is a scientific explanation. No, exercise does, and that is true, and I'm sure Coach Edsel will be able to explain to us when he gets back. But exercise releases a lot of hormones, a lot of chemicals in our body that enables us to feel great about ourselves and feel happy emotional wise as well. So some of those is serotonin, dopamine, and of course, and up to some extent some oxytocin as well. So those are some of the chemicals, the happy chemicals that a lot of people are mentioning about. So it is very important, aside from a nutritious diet, that we get good amounts of physical activity, good amounts of not to the point of exhaustion, ano? Hindi kailangan sobrang pagod tayo in order to get these happy chemicals flowing in our body, ano? So, having these happy chemicals, having these proper hormones within us will give us a better uplift, a better outlook, and one can only say that that is something that we definitely need during these times of pandemic. So okay, so I guess we have Coach Edsel back on the line.
Hi, Dr. Ferry. Can you hear me?
Yes. Okay. So moving on to another question, we have another question uh, from Randy Tejada, who's asking, Coach, ano po ang ideal na exercise routine sa mga beginner at pwedeng gawin sa loob ng bahay?
Para sa exercise routine sa pwede gawin sa bahay, marami tayong simpleng exercise na pwedeng gawin. Kung anong kaya ng strength mo, doon ka mag-isimula. Like, ang magandang example dyan, pwede ka muna magsimula ng basic na push-up o basic na planks, basic na squats, saka basic na bridging para sa lower body exercise. Anything that's gonna make you sweat and get your heart rate up will qualify as a method to you to exercise.
Okay, great. So before we go, Edsel, thank you very much for joining us and sharing your knowledge. Do you have a message for our viewers?
Meron kaming service para sa mga tao na gustong makaalam kung ano magandang routine ang pwede lang gawin sa panahon na to. Meron kaming YouTube channel, Segovia Strength ang pangalan. So it's a great resource for people to check out because we give out a lot of tips and that we give out a lot of routines and a lot of talk throughs where people can find out how to train at their own homes at this time.
Apologize for the lack of time because of our technical difficulties, but that was Coach. So good nutrition plus a healthy are so important, especially with all that we are faced with. So remember, stay on a routine, eat well, sleep well, and talk to your loved ones to help ease any of the worrying that you may have. And don't forget, good personal hygiene